In this video, we will see together how can we get Mystic Clovers and Mystic Coins, both of which are needed to craft legendary weapons. This will be the last video in the Generation 1 Legendary Weapons series. I will still make a completely separate series for the Generation 2 Legendary Weapons. We will start with Mystic Coins, and the first source of them is by simply logging in every day. If you open your Heroes panel, Achievements tab, and then go to Summary, you will see this table which shows you the rewards you will get by simply logging in every day. And you will see that the first reward of each week will be a bag of Mystic Coins. Also, if you click on the Daily tab, sometimes one of the dailies will be called Daily Mystic Forger, and all you have to do is put any sheep 4 items in the Mystic Forge, for example 4 sheep minor runes, and as a reward it will give you 1 Mystic Coin. The third and last source will be the Leyline Anomaly boss. This is an event that have a specific timer, and I will leave the wiki page for it to know exactly when it spawns. It will only give you Mystic Coin once per day. Before we continue, don't forget that we will still have a lot of coverage on the upcoming patch, which will include some new features to the game. So make sure to subscribe and enable the notifications to know when those new guides and much more to come will be posted. Now we will talk about Mystic Clovers, and the first source for them will be most of the Wilderness World and PvP reward tracks. Most of them will give you 2 Mystic Clovers when you are done with any reward track, and some of them will give you 7 or more only the first time you are done with this reward track. I will leave those notes in the description and you can check out those reward tracks. Keep in mind that the dungeon reward tracks do not give Mystic Clovers. The next source will be the Drizzlewood Coast rewards. Whenever you finish one of those reward tracks in Drizzlewood Coast, the last chest will give you 2 Mystic Clovers, and you will do that from any of the reward tracks. If you are not sure what I'm talking about, there are some achievements that can be found in the No Quarter tab, and they act as reward tracks. Basically, each tier of those achievements will give you a certain reward, and the last chest, which you will get when you are completely done, will give you 2 Mystic Clovers along with other rewards. To choose a reward track, try to find one of those merchants which you can see at the spawn area or any other keep you own. Just talk to that vendor and choose the first option, and then pick whatever reward track you prefer. Next will be the Chest of Loyalty, which is the last reward from your daily login rewards. One of the options you can choose will be called a Chest of Legendary Crafting Materials. When you open it, it will give you 7 Mystic Clovers. Next, if you talk to this vendor, buy 43, which is one of the fractal vendors, choose the first tab, and the last option will be Mystic Clovers. You can only buy 2 maximum per day. This is one of the many good reasons you should try and do fractals every day, even if you will do it at low levels. And if you are not sure how to start with fractals, I have a complete video guide for that. The last source will be from the Mystic Forge. You can put 1 glob of ectoplasm, 1 Mystic Coin, 1 obsidian shard, with 6 Philosopher Stones, and this will give you a random outcome. It can be a tier 6 material, it can be Mystic Clovers, or it can be other crafting materials. However, there is a high chance that you will get Mystic Clovers, and even if you didn't, most of the time, some of the items you can sell will end up making you some decent profit. This way, you don't feel like you have lost a lot of gold while trying to get Mystic Clovers. There is also another recipe that can give you 10 at a time. However, I would highly discourage you from doing that, especially if you have limited resources and this is your first time trying to get Mystic Clovers in the Mystic Forge, because it can easily drain out your supplies quickly without getting as much Mystic Clovers as you need. On top of that, now with the new refill button, it should be much easier for you to do the 1 Mystic Clover recipe. I will now show you the results of doing this 20 times, and let's see how many Mystic Clovers we will get. We ended up getting 7 Mystic Clovers and a bunch of other materials, and as you can see, those are valuable ones. And if you sell them on the trading post, they will make you some decent gold. Of course, it may not be enough for you to buy back some Mystic coins, but at the very least, if you ended up losing, it will not be a huge loss. You can buy the Philosopher's Stone from the Mystic Forge vendor, which you will find beside any Mystic Forge anywhere, and the best place for you to buy obsidian shards will be from Temple of Balthazar, which is in Straits of Devastation, but you can only do that if the waypoint for the temple is open. Just talk to the merchant, and one of the items will be obsidian shards, which you can buy with karma. Keep in mind that this temple is closed most of the time, so if you were lucky enough and found the temple open, try to buy as many obsidian shards as you can with your karma, because you may not get a chance to do so until maybe a few weeks later. Don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to see more guides like this one and much more content to come, which will include the new features of the upcoming patch and Generation 2 Legendary Weapons. Thank you very much for watching.